Let's go, everybody. As we are back into Insha versus Onord here. Oh boy. And yeah, this map is a good one. This map is a really, really good one. As we usually see some interesting back and forths and some... the map also allows for some comebacks, because the flags, not quite all that center. A couple of them are a bit deeper in the rear, so getting a 59 not always that easy. And you have to sometimes go a bit of a risky move to try to get there. Like pushing the town here hard. That then puts you a bit closer to the enemy reinforcement lines than you maybe want to be. A bit further away from yours. So...
yeah, I think it's dependent on which side of the map you get, on how you play it.
yeah, it's asymmetrical, but I would say it's somewhat balanced. Like its balance is somewhat okay, though both sides play a bit different for sure from each other. Especially in the center and up in the north. There's like the flags down here are pretty far back. Like the right side pushing in the south, not really viable. It's usually the left side that puts pressure around here. But the right side can put a bit more pressure into the town, maybe, by, for example, putting an anti-tank gun down here. So the left side has to be careful there. And here we are in, guys. Onord versus Insha. Game number 2. Onord in left, in the red, as the red team, coming in with the 126 Gonostalki, and Insha in the right, bringing around Raima Rapana. And PTRS already on the battlefield, so yeah, it's gonna be freaky, isn't it?
Yeah, PTRS can cause a lot of damage early on, especially against your slower transports. The Tarkampuya could do something, kill them off early on.
But for now, they are at the wrong spot. The Tanka in the middle, the Gornos in the south and in the north. And we'll see where the BT7s will be deployed. I would expect them at the beginning as well. Before we go in, once more, guys, a quick shout out to Matcherino, where you guys can help out with sponsoring the tournament. And you don't even have to necessarily pay anything for it. You can do so, and every direct contribution is absolutely welcome. Big shout out to Rich Doctor, for example, for coming in with 50 bucks already. But you can also help out if you don't have any money on your bank account to do so, to spare, by just doing the sponsor quest here on the site and add money that way. For example, with the Better Help You one here, you can add 40 cents to the prize pool. And if everyone does that, we add a good amount of extra money to the prize pool that then in the end will be paid out to the players that we see here, for example, and that deliver really amazing game for us. Both Insha and Onord already have shown us some great games here so far, and I'm pretty sure this game will be another good one. First PT7 is deployed in the north, and here we go. Good amount of Gonostrelki, good amount of DP Krupa, also 100 kmh speed. Yeah, this is going all out for the speed. Maxim's also coming in these 4 GPAs. The speed advantage of 126 for sure will be something that Insha will have to fight hard against. Like, he might be down onto a 915 really early on here.
Yeah, but look how heavy the investment is in the north. He expects something coming for his way, or he wants to push it. It's still not clear for me, but yeah, I feel like it's definitely too much for one flag.
Yeah. Yeah, also both divisions out of the Finnish DLC, so actually also fitting from that kind of perspective. If hitting each other in a forest. Pretty fitting setting for that part as well. 4 BT7s in the center, 1 BT7 in the north. So it's going to come down here. Gorno's Sniper coming in as well. OB25 behind that in Jeeps. So everything at least goes 85 kmh here. Or 86 kmh for Onord at the moment. Like, this is going to ram down towards Insha really, really fast. Some ARM 38s coming in as well. So
in the north, he has a bit of Gornostrelki coming in. I guess he really wants to just get as much ground early on as possible and leave nothing to the Finns.
Taka and Puya in the north. Sissies. Yeah, Insha needs a really good reaction to this. Like, if Insha does do any mistake here, this game might be over within 10 minutes. If Onord does execute this correctly, Insha will be in a world of trouble.
Also, I see no AT in the center, so yeah, it could end up badly for Insha.
Yeah, no AT whatsoever so far. And BT7s have decent HE, so everything else, all the light vehicles here can be hit pretty hard. You see one unit here. Onord with the 126 Gonostrolki for sure. Bringing in a wild pick here. A division that we don't see super often, but where we see it, it's usually bringing in some fancy play. And it's for sure a good division for a map like this.
Still no AT in the center. That's starting to worry me now.
Yeah.
It will be fast, I think, from what I see.
But maybe, depending on what deployment Insha gets out in the south, he might be able to buy some time there with a counter push. Like, there's 3 red flags in the south to gain if you push a bit deeper there. So, if he can get a good counter push in there, if the PTRs don't snipe him hard, there's only one Gono-style DP there to hold the whole flank for Onord as a real combat unit there. PTRs don't really count.
Much.
So, yes, Insha might be, or most likely will be in trouble here in the center, but there is room to at least get back to a 12-12 or 11-13 and buy yourself time to bring in the rest of your formation to start to deal with Onord's forces. Yeah, there's a single slow unit in the center, 3 Gonostrelkis in the north. There's only 4 Studebackers in the whole lineup for Onord, as we are going into the game here. Boston Bomber flying in the north. Oh boy. P40 coming in as well. Oh, this is everything.
Yeah.
Onord really going full pedal to the metal. Rushing through the center of the open field, actually, with half of the force. The other one...
that could be painful, unloading that many infantry. And even killing... Oh, he misses. Oh, no.
Oh. Oh. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's painful. That could be so much ground taken from Insha. All the infantry unloaded.
Yeah. It's...
And the BT7's shooting at his infantry.
One Gono sniper at least being eliminated. The PTRs won't get any good snipes out into anything. Good reloads there. PTRs coming in a bit late in the south. Might still get the Lati though. But yeah, get the Lati sniped in the south. But the BT7 in the center, really, really scary. The AT gun off Insha in the wrong spot. It's too far south. It should have gone towards the center. But it's in the south.
The infantry unloaded is super painful there. You lose the entire push. You have only infantry in the center, and that can be exploited.
Yeah, he doesn't have the infantry for the counter push in the south. The center... Yeah, the Gonostrelkis and the DP Groupers not doing too much there yet. The BT7s trying to flank. And Onord up to a 59 in the second. Once the Maxim is killed with. So, Taka and Puya going to be dealt with as well. And Insha now has to fight from a really, really rough spot here. Great opener from Onord here in game number 2. Gono Sniper trying to find units. And yeah, he realized his game number 1, it was not quite up here. And he's going for a classic cheese opener. Onord doing really well here so far. P40.
Although, once the infantry comes in for the south, it could be problematic if you don't kill it with the BT7 super fast.
Yeah, I don't know why the P40 is still staying around. I guess he keeps it as a fighter to stop any of the I-16s rocket planes. As yeah, he doesn't have any AA on the battlefield, no CIS-12 on the battlefield just yet. Maybe another P40 has to come in soon. Yeah, Boston Bomber actually. So he really wants that infantry to stay out of his forest. As yeah, he only has a Gonostrelki in that forest. So if Insha's infantry in the north makes it to the forest, he has a good chance of breaking through there. Lati in the north should be able to get the BT7 sniped now.
Ooh.
That BT7 overextending a bit. Realizing
that's
last
painful.
second that it gets hunted, but Lati still gets the shots out, and the BT7 will fall. The other two BT7s have to be really careful there. But the Boston
Painful.
Bomber, oh, painful. 5 infantry units being pushed back, a good amount killed. Boston Bomber will go home. And the BT7 still lurking in the rear line. But back to a 10-14. So Insha grabs some ground again. Onord not getting into the town in the center. So it's still a wild game. It's still not decided yet. As half of Onord's units are still also just running through the open field, which leaves them open for air attacks, leaves them easily to spot for Insha, and open for snipers to also try to kill them, like the OB-25 just got hit by the Taka and Puya. In general, Finnish have a bit of an issue with their long range. They don't have any 2000 meter or even 1500 meter support weapon.
BT7 might be going down to the 80 gun. Oh no. It's alright.
Yeah, can't drive by for now. Tries to surrender the Lati there. That would be surprising. The hunter becoming the hunted there. Lati surrendering to the BT7, not something you see every day. BT7s in the north though had to retreat, and Insha now finally is getting his units into that forest. Brings it back to a 12-12. Southern territory, the Gondostraki are pushed back as well. Onord still has time to react there, but he will have to bring units into the south eventually. P40 coming back again, getting a pin down onto the Ratsu Pioneer, but not a kill. And there's a double flamer there, so the Gondostraki DP will be hard pressed to surrender them.
It feels like the rush that Onord did wasn't strong enough to kill enough of from Insha, and now he's coming back into the game.
Yeah, Insha lost his center completely, but there were not that many units there, and Onord was not able to surrender any of the units in the south. Maybe the BT7 should have just tried to roll over those infantry units there, but he didn't quite spot that he killed the Lati there, and didn't want to risk his BT7. With the situation now though, the Pak-38 getting control back, and Onord will have to stabilize his front line a bit now. Otherwise, Insha might be able to break through in the north and in the south.
Blenheim coming in for the planes, that could be, or the Gondostraki, that could be nice. P40 is staying out as the fighter.
But the Vekotine is pretty strong against P40s. P40 coming around. Can it get the Blenheim? Trying its best. Gets the kill there.
Oh, nice kill.
Nice kill, and yeah, Insha not perfect on the micro there. Gondostrakis get pinned down, so they at least won't get the flag. But not much else here. And thanks for the raid, Mr. Bowser. Hope you had a great day over at Hoi4.
There's nothing on the front line in the south for Onord. That looks very Brim forces to defend against how much is coming in from Insha.
Yeah, he finally gets some Gondos parries, but there is a Pak-38, so he shouldn't try to go that aggressively back there. The Pak-38 is good. T-26 is coming in. They can trade with the BT-7s pretty nicely as well. In the center, Dushka and Maxim still pushing, but the rush of Onord really not quite getting as much terrain as he hoped for.
Yeah, it looks like Onord is just weaker than Insha. It might be the south that's deceiving me, because there's so much there from Insha, but it feels like Onord did a good rush, and then there's still nothing for him on the field.
Yeah. His BTs in the 7s in the north now under fire by the Latis. They should disengage there, otherwise both might die there. First one gets killed off, second one still not moving away. Finally tries to run, but the Lati gets both kills, and yeah, this is brutal.
Oh.
ARM-38 and Gonos coming in the north, but the Finnish are in the forest.
Yeah, the DR group are just being outclassed by the Ratsuaki and anything that Insha throws at them. And there is the front line collapsing already for Onord, even though he's in a 14-10.
Yeah, Gondostraki trying to come in the south. Pak-38 won't quite have a shot in there, I don't think. But in the north, the infantry push there with the Yakaris, with the double flamers, the Ratsuveki is going to be tough. The ARM-38s have to be turned against his master. The ARM-38s have to carry Onord, but obviously, if there's someone who knows how to play against ARM-38, it's Insha. So don't think he will be caught off guard there too much. Gonostraki trying to hold the line. As more of them try to get into the flag situation here, but this is not going to be easy. Boston Bombers coming around, nearly getting the Sissy killed. That would have been a good one. And
Yeah, Onord has a nice air superiority for now, and if he keeps that, he might be able to stay in the game. But as we can see, there is more Wakotins coming in, and
yeah,
every minute it's unlikely that you can enforce that superiority.
and Planheim's coming in from the other side already, and with 2 Vekotins you can kill off P40s really, really quickly. So, yes, Planheim's die also pretty quickly to the TIS-12 guns, but there's none on the battlefield just yet, and Onord can't really afford to bring in more there. When that P40 already might die here. That P40 bomber has to get out of there before dropping its bomb. Oh no, that P40 is going down.
Yeah,
No way it survives 2 Vekotins firing at it. Or reload. Oh, they reload at the wrong moment. They reload at the moment the P40 is the closest. It's getting really close. No, P40 still going down.
Oh. Yeah, that's losing an important tool that was keeping you in the game for now. You have the 59, although it doesn't look like it for now, because I think Insha should be ahead in the trades by now, by a lot.
Yeah, Insha for sure having the better infantry fights. In the north, Arm 38's trying to stop Insha's push. The Pioneers, the Saparis don't getting their shots off though. And the Gorno Arm 38 trying to escape in a Fort Snap. Ooh, can it get out? No, it gets killed off. And he has so little infantry here now. Gonostraki DP will try to hold the line here. Yeah, Carry's running into it. Might get one kill there.
It's running, so it will probably die, yeah.
But the double flamer makes it to the other side, so the Arm 38 has a problem there. Moskaya Krupa needs to get the kill on that, otherwise the Arm 38 will die. Okay, important clutch kill there. Like, he needs to use his DP advantage. That's the only way how he can hold the line there. If the Finnish can cross that part of the map as well, he is in a world of trouble.
Yeah, but you have already been pushed out of the CQC areas. That's what you wanted to avoid so far. But you didn't manage it well, and now you have a 59, although I don't know how. But it looks very grim for Onord right now. There's so little holding the line again that Onord can just Q-move it and kill everything.
Yeah, he has its CIS-12 finally around, so Planeheims in the future have to be somewhat careful. But BT7 now will die to the T-26s. There's an M42 to try to deal with those, and he has the slight advantage on the open ground. Like, he has that bit more range. It's not much that you have there as 126, but it's basically nothing that you get as Rama Rapana here. So it's a really interesting matchup for the open ground. But Onord is in a world of trouble in the north. Bringing in some M3s there, bringing in some Gonostrelkis. He's holding on for now. This frontline though is looking...
Oh, M42 killing one of the T-160s might enable you to hold the line for a little bit longer.
CIS-12 gun opening up on the Planheim. Planheim needs to turn the right way, otherwise it might go down. It's flying directly over the CIS-12. That CIS-12 should get the kill there now. It's a really good AA gun. Doesn't have veterancy, so it's not quite as deadly as usually, but yeah, it gets the finishing on the Planheim. That's an important kill. You don't want it to be on the receiving end of Finnish air spam.
Onord getting the artillery out? I'm not sure that's a good decision when you have this little on the front line.
I'm surprised he has it that far back. Like, the cool thing about the 52P is that it's basically also an OB25. So you can use it directly on the front line as direct fire support, and the Finnish don't have anything that threatens it. So I don't know why he's so shy about it. I feel like he should really use it directly on the front line. Vekotin and a Bofors in the south, so Onord's air spam is at an end. That P40 won't get anywhere.
It could even die if focus versa.
Actually, P40 don't get stunned halfway. They need to be stunned full way to not drop their bombs. That's surprising. I didn't know that.
Oh, Boston dying.
But Boston dying to an Ihawk is huge, yeah. Getting a solid bombing run. He gets the AT gun in the south, but he has nothing really to follow that up with. Sissies fighting the Gornostrelkis there in a pretty okay spot as well. The 50mm mortars of Insha always threatening, always pushing forward. 1311 still for Onord, somehow still having the tick up here, but yeah, he has to kind of crawl his way into C-phase and then win in the open ground. I feel like that's the way to go for Onord, because at the moment his flanks are at a desperate point. He still somehow is clinching on here. And Insha maybe a bit too slow on the push, but now the push in the town comes and there's only 4 infantry units versus T-26s and 6 infantry units plus Vekotines plus more T-26s in the rear for Insha here. So Insha should be relatively easily pushing over that.
Yeah, I feel like if he collapses these 3 flags, it will take a very... It will turn the game around. Like, Onord being ticked now, that's not good for him. He wants to hope for the C phase and maybe the ISU turning around the game for him.
He's bringing around a lot of support guns. A Boston Bomber in the north, good idea against the Karavi. Will give him another flag back at least, so we'll bring it back to a 12-12 as Insha now has the 13-11 for the first time. Cis 12 gun. Oh, the Hawk is going deep, but is turning the right direction. Should not get killed off here. Boston
could even kill the Boston.
in the north trying to turn around, but flies directly over the Vekotines. Yeah, that's not looking hot for the Boston. The Hawk is a really agile fighter, so we'll get behind the Boston, and thus Boston is going down. Another harsh air loss here for Onord. Meanwhile, Sissy getting in range of the OB-25 in the center. Pretty painful there for Onord. The M3 is pushing back the Sissy for now, but the OB-25 has to be careful not to get into that range again.
Yeah, the 80 guns coming in for Insha will kill these M3s probably, or at least kill one of them off, and then your Sissy will probably kill the OB-25. And then you have nothing to hold the open for like another 5 minutes. And you have to survive in the center as well.
Already for Insha. 15 minutes to go. Then off map in the north for Onord. It might be a good idea to try to bring it around. He kind of needs it. 1410 will go into a 59 soon. Like, there is no way Onord is able to stop a 59 from happening. At least we are closing in onto C-phase, but the town in the north now in trouble. There's nothing left there for Onord. The Yakeris pushing in there. P40 getting a nice bombing run in the north. Won't be able to hunt down the Planheim. Says 12 gun without veteran seat. This time too far away to deal with the Planheim. So Planheim bomber still will be a threat. The Yakari is going deeper and deeper here.
Oh no.
Even might be able to find the 52P. Getting up to a 16-8 for Insha here.
The anti-tank gun engaging the M3. Loader killed, and maybe probably the kill as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the OB-25s here the only thing holding the line, as there's little that Insha has against those. The OB-25 really an absolutely key unit in this matchup, as you don't have anything like that as the finish. The best you have are 42Ps with HE shells, but the OB-25 actually could take that fight. It does want to get out of range for now though. Yes, it has the ranged advantage in that fight. The 52P in the rear also. Now, trying to get some hits, but
reinforcements coming in and reinforcing the center, strengthening the defense that you kind of want to break to win the game, but it doesn't look good for Onord right now.
Yeah, Gornostrelki and Dushkas holding the line in the south. OB-25 now getting sniped by the Sissy, didn't got quite far enough away from that. And the M3 under fire by the anti-tank guns will fall here most likely as well. It's then only one OB-25 remaining in the center. Boston Bomber coming in. We are at minute 17, so Onord only 3 minutes away from great 2 ults. But he only has 1 AA piece at the moment. He needs more stuff to hold the line with here. Dushka MG is actually a great idea. Usually not a unit you see too much, but in this matchup with the 250 meter range, they are actually quite powerful, able to pin down enemy snipers before they arrive on you, and stuff like that. The OB-25, the second one in the center, pretty helpful as well against the Maxims.
Yeah, so far so good in the center defense for Onord, although he has to find a way to get into the forest fights. Yeah, and the Arm Surtace could be the way for that, although...
The off-map did decent damage in the north. Allows him to push back into the town somewhat. Still he carries in there. It's still his M3 here, has to be really careful. And he can't go toe-to-toe with the carries in the forest. He has to be super careful there. But he keeps it at a 10-14. And that gives him time. He still has the advantage in the tick. And he is 2 minutes away from C-Phase.
Even if C-Phase hits you, I don't think one ISU will solve the entire problem. Although, I could be very much wrong with that.
Oh, Ratsu Pioneer shot with the Suomis. 3 Suomis annihilating the Strelky down in the south. Suomis such good submachine guns, and you don't quite have something to deal with that. I wonder if we will see Moskaya autos for the forest. If that will be a unit that will come around here. Boston Bombers coming in now. Okay. Can they survive the Vekotines? 2 Vekotines around. Hawk trying to come in, but it's a bit slow. Most likely won't be able to get behind the Boston Bomber in time. Second Boston Bomber though.
Ooh,
has to
killing the
turn.
Boston.
Oh, the Vekotines get the kill.
And P40N falling in the north as well. Onord's Air Force is just dying. You're losing tools that you don't want to lose. Like,
Yeah. Blenheim though, at least might get killed here by the CIS-12 gun. CIS-12 directly below it once more here. We saw that working out last time. And yeah, Blenheim goes down as well at least. So both sides losing bombers. But Onord obviously has less on the front line. Can't afford that less here at this stage. Might be already saving up for something for the open ground. But the Sissy's on top of the open 25 now. So that has to get the hell out of there. CIS-12 gun has to be really careful there as well. You don't want to lose that to a Sissy. If you lose your AA here as Onord, it's basically game over. Then the anti-tank rocket planes will hunt down whatever you bring out in C-Phase, and your infantry is just not up to deal with the finish here.
155 coming in for Insha. I guess he wants to solidify what he has and the kill off everything that can hurt him from long range.
Okay, we are in C-Phase, and Onord is investing into M3s, not into ISUs, as he really needs more split forces right now. But those obviously get easily picked off by the enemy anti-tank guns, even the M42s capable of dealing with those. Another Blenheim bomber going down in the north. But
that's going into the range of this 12. That might die even then.
He's...
Yeah, it gets out, but I guess Insha saw there's nothing to off-map in the northern side, so he just said, okay, then I will call the plane back and maybe move it north.
Yeah, he has the 16-8 now. Onord is on a heavy take. Onord needs to get the stabilization in, and he's not able to do so just at any of the fronts so far. Like the center still pushing forward, the south still pushing forward heavily, and the north is back to where it was a couple of minutes ago. Onord's push onto the town not working out there. Has to call the off-map onto 2 infantry units there. And even that will not be enough. The ARM-38 still most likely will die here. Gonostrelki's losing out the fights against the Yakaris and Ratsuvekis here. And M3 trying to come around, but the infantry of the 126 just not up to fight Insha's Raimarapana here on the map. Another Boston bomber coming in for himself. A lot of Gonostrelki trying to scramble here. T26 versus M3. T26 actually gets the first penetration. Dushka goes down to the 155mm artillery piece.
Yeah.
And
that M3 can hold the line for a minute or two until Insha calls out on the T-gun.
Yeah.
Boston got out, which is also pretty nice. And then the off-map is coming in for the reinforcements in the north side, which is pretty clever. Keeping that off-map plane around, not calling it back, and then waiting for the opportunity to arrive and using it then.
Yeah, off-map from Onord onto the town, but there's not that much in it right now. And he just doesn't have anything to counter-attack with. The trades lately just completely terrible for Onord here. And Insha on a good way here with Raimarapana. Suomi's just carrying hardcore.
Yeah, this Suomi is pretty hard to deal with. And Rima and Pansari just have a million of them, and you have to find a way to kill them. Probably an off-map would be great. but yeah, you're too much down when it comes in, and it cannot affect the game very much by then. T26 fighting the M3. Ooh, getting
Nice
bailed
bailout.
out.
Yeah, Gornostrelki coming in. Lost another M3 gun there. Yeah, he has another M3 coming up, but only two M3s remaining. The tank advantage that Onord maybe could leverage in a bet if he would have a bit more frontline. Not really around right now.
Ooh, 19.5.
Yeah, the
Onord is
19.5 is just so rough right now, and the infantry, the Finnish infantry is just pressing on, and there's nothing to stop them. Like, Onord is just not efficient enough at killing infantry in this game. His infantry,
yeah, you cannot do much about it with the Gornostrelki. Like the Rimarapana infantry will just win against you 9 out of 10 times unless you have something with like double flamers, but I guess Honor didn't have any option to those.
no. And his bombing attacks lately do good damage again. That's the AA of Insha is a bit too far back, but he lost too many P40s and Bostons at the beginning. If he would have like 7 bombers instead of 3 or 4 right now, like...
And just look at the infantry that's going forward to the spawn of Honor right now. Like, you cannot stop it right now.
Yeah, he has no CQC infantry there. Like, the only CQC infantry that maybe can stop the finish in the forest are the Moskaya autos, but he doesn't seem to have them. And they are also pretty hard to use. And Tsubeki coming around here. 55mm. Trying to hit. It says 12 in the rear over here.
Honor trying to hold on to that little ground that he has. But yeah, there is not much to do when you have 15 squads of Finnish infantry running at you.
More 55mm. Trying to... It says 12. More Gornostrelki coming around. Couple of your carries pushing in onto the 37mm, and yeah, it seems like Insha is going to the finals this season.
Right now, Honor's best hope is Insha disconnecting and him getting the win.
But yeah. 19.5 here. As he carries pushing in the north, but there's just not enough red forces around. Like, the infantry can just run down the M3 right now. Like, it's that bad that the Finnish infantry just can pile on bodies onto that M3 and will most likely kill it.
Yeah. It was a pretty solid game by Insha, I think, because he handled the rush from Onord very well and made that rush punish him.
Like, yeah, he just didn't lose any vital units in the beginning. Like, he lost a good amount of units in the center. Yeah, Onord, obviously, like, you can't go without losses against the rush like this. But he didn't lose any vital units. He didn't lose his anti-tank guns too easily or stuff like that. And he got his AA up in time. The Veko teams were in safe places so that they couldn't be overrun. So Onord never got the snowball on that you want to get out of that start. And without the snowball, you are really soft in the early game, and then Insha's counterattack came in like a hammer. And from then on out, it was every single trade just better for Insha in the big picture. And if you trade bad against Raima, you are in for a bad time.
I feel like Onord's picks have been a bit sloppy as well. Like, yeah, Onord surrendered right now, and congratulations to Insha making the finals.
Yeah, Insha. Last time it was the semifinals in his first season in Division 1. Now he is in the finals of by beating Onord here. A really interesting game. 2 really strong plays from Insha. Onord just not quite having the strategies to deal with Insha's early games here. And well played. Insha in the finals. Something new, someone new in the finals. Always great to see. And we will figure it out with Gers versus Onord on the other side. Who will face him? That's 2-0 here. Clear games as well. If we look at the KD here once more. And yeah, Onord's idea, pretty interesting at the beginning, but it was held really nicely by Insha here.
It was looking so good for him in the first 5 minutes, then it just started to fall apart. Like,
he just didn't have any beef. Like, not a single like 11 hit point unit or so in the center for Onord, and his chunky infantry to like just take the spaces to lock it down just came in too late, and then they got caught out in the open, and then the sniper infantry just started to take him apart.
Yeah, like the last time he played Insha, it wasn't his early game that was the most dangerous. It was him in B phase, because we can see that in B phase it is almost blue. Like there are a few kills here from Onord, but it's everything that Insha is killing from him.
Yep.
And just wearing him down in B phase and then Q moving in the C phase, and then that kills of Onord.